So guys, I'll bring you the latest about New York City maybe mayor Zohran Mamdani. And all we know is Zohran Mamdani is a Democrat, leftist progressive, and he thinks that just by telling everybody that everything is going to be free, it's going to be magically in his hands, just to wield that kind of power or anything like that. He's offering things that a lot of other mayors that have come before him have offered the same things, and it never happened. Free housing, free grocery stores, free buses. Wow, all of it. You can have it all. You can have it all for free, guys. If everything was for free, first of all, nobody will be working. Nobody will work. Why would you work if you get everything for free? It doesn't make sense. It's not about that, or raising the minimum wage for like, what is it, 15, 18, 19, or $21 to $30. You can't just do that. You can't just do that in one day. Where is that extra money going to come from? Are you going to make all these companies raise their prices even more? All the services that people already get in New York City. New York City is already expensive, but price. We know that rent is like, for a one bedroom apartment, $3,000. Two bedroom apartment is like $4,000 or $5,000. It's the things that he's proposing are a kid's dream. How is he going to make those things happen? Does he has a plan to get that money? Where's the money coming from? I'm going to get pay more taxes. Let's see what the real estate rich guys got to say about this. And they don't lie. These are businessmen. They do care about the country, they care about the city, but they care the most about making money, because they need to make money to keep employees and to keep themselves and their business afloat.
Katrina, your parents and grandparents are from Cuba. Do you see similarities between Zohran Mamdani and Fidel?
He is clearly a socialist, and he's fearless about discussing it. One thing that really is alarming to me is when he discusses that the supermarkets, for instance, should be owned by the government. I mean, that is like communism 101. And
guys, no, it's gonna be a problem. They're not gonna have enough food for everybody. They're gonna start giving you like one egg, 1 little bag of rice, 1 potato, 1 bottle of water. Like, you're gonna get ratio. You're not gonna get anything. The people in Cuba are starving to death. You need to look at the videos. Go do a little research on Cuba, how people in Cuba are living. Maybe in a perfect world, socialism will work, and all that free stuff and free everything will work. Well, sadly, it's not the world we live in. I wish we could get everything for free. Wish we didn't have to work. I'm here, I have a 9 to 5, and I'm trying to start my own YouTube channel, a little side hustle, so I can be able to provide for my family and move up in life if I can. I wish everything was free. I come from a third world country. It's very hard to get things out there, even to get a job. Very blessed to be in the United States of America and have a job to support my family, and also have a little bit of time to have a little side hustle and to try something different while I'm here. And I can be home. I don't have to be working physically or anything. I'm just here sitting on my desk, giving you guys my commentary about life and about the news. But yeah, this guy is full of it, guys. Don't listen to him. And yes, I do live in New York. This guy is a liar. It could never happen. I wish I was getting paid more. I wish I was getting paid over what I get paid. But my job doesn't pay that. My that job doesn't pay them. You know, sometimes it's not the person, it's the job. You gotta get a better job. You gotta go to school. You gotta work towards something. You gotta save some money, invest, open up a little company, real estate, whatever. You have to put the initiative.
And hearing stories of what my parents and grandparents went through when they had to flee Cuba, it's just alarming to me, as you all were discussing, that people are even voting for him, you know? And if he wins in New York City and drives forward these progressive housing policies, like stricter rent controls and tighter landlord regulations, then we are likely to see a fresh wave of both high-income individuals and real estate investors leaving New York City. Since the pandemic, Stuart, Florida has already attracted substantial interest, as you know, from 2020 to 2021 alone. And South Florida welcomed a net influx of approximately 128,000 households. That was bringing in $39.2 billion in net adjusted gross income compared to just $17.5 billion in 2019. And specific markets like Miami-Dade, Broward, Palm Beach, Fort Lauderdale, Boca Raton, and Coral Gables have been surging because of this, with rising home prices fueled in...
Yeah, that's another thing. You're pushing your people out of New York, you're pushing them towards Florida. You're getting rid of the people that pay taxes over here with these progressive laws that, you know, in your mind, in a perfect world, they're perfect. But in reality, they don't work. We need to find real solutions, like grown-ups, not like kids. This guy looked like he had a beautiful life. Even though he's a migrant, he looks like life has treated him well. I'm not saying he's rich or anything, that he thinks that everything can be free. I guess he got a lot of free stuff from the United States of America or something like that. I don't recall getting anything free though. But that's just me, you know.
Part by wealthy New Yorkers. Now, Palm Beach, as median home values jumped nearly 89% from 2019 to 2024. And of that 39 billion statewide influx, nearly 10 billion came into Miami-Dade County alone, averaging over 229,000 per incoming household. Now, with no state income tax and our governor positioning Florida as a favorable alternative to what he calls anti-business blue state policies, the appeal is only growing. So if New York shifts further left, we should expect more capital entering South Florida.
Let me explain. On the left-hand side of the screen, Dennis Mamdani is speaking live here, celebrating labor unions. That's what he's talking about at this moment. Katrina, what happens to Florida if they get, as you suggest, they get even more people coming down from New York? Is that going to lead to higher real estate prices? Is there room for everybody?
Well, what's interesting is certain...
You know, another point is that he said he wants to like tax white people more. Like, bro, are you racist or something? Why are you trying to tax white people more? Everybody pays the same amount of tax over here. Everybody. Money's money. Everybody's getting the same tax. I don't even think you should be allowed to become a mayor or anything like that. If you're saying racist things like that, I would never vote for you. If I could, I don't think I can. And you want to drive the big companies out of New York City, the big real estate companies. What is wrong with you? They create jobs. No, people don't want to be working for the government. I don't have no problem with the United States government. I love this country. I love the government. They don't pay that much. They don't pay that much, and it's hard work, and don't get too much benefits, guys. So don't get it twisted. You want your companies to stay here, because you could also open up your own company. You can start small and then become big too. You know, that's the mentality that we have here. We want to stay positive. We want to try for a better life. I know life is hard. Everything is hard. We are all struggling. You are not here by yourself. But we have to be fair, and it's not the problem of these companies, all that is going on in the city. Every single problem, there's a lot of people that don't know how to run the city, and people that just don't care. This has been going on probably for the past 50, 60 years, that the city is being slowly decaying. And now it's just to a point that everything is so high and so expensive that people can tolerate it anymore.
Regions in Florida are doing better than others. So Palm Beach is one that's just breaking every record I've ever seen. And I believe that capital will continue coming into that market. People are flowing into Florida's residential real estate market, fueling stronger demand and higher prices. Now, we are going through a very interesting time in the Sunshine State right now because we saw so much growth during the pandemic, right? But now it's kind of a recovery state that we're going into. It's like a period of adjustment after the explosive growth. So while some regions are seeing price corrections and increased inventory, this shift is also creating new opportunities for buyers who were previously priced out of the market. So luxury markets continue to show.
After the pandemic and everything, New York lost so much businesses and so much citizens that you would think that he will try to bring back into the state, incentivize them to come in, to open up business, open up shop, bring shop over here. But what he's doing right now is just squeezing the people that are here, and the people that are outside are not feeling welcome. You're not inviting anybody by squeezing people with more tax and telling them that things are going to be free when they're not. And you gotta understand, there's a reason why people are voting for him too. People are voting for him because they're sick of it. Everything getting so expensive, no help from the government, and getting so much more tax from the government for less services. And these companies are also allowed to do whatever they want and raise the rent prices to like astronomical levels. Like, everything needs to work together, but this is not it. A lot of these companies are lobbying so they can raise prices, on rent that most people can't keep up. And I know they want to make money and stuff like that, but that's not fair too. If you want to go and make that kind of money, go to a rich part. Take your company and go buy big, ginormous, expensive property in rich areas, not in the small areas that then they turn into rich, unaffordable areas because all the companies, they come and buy all the units and all the properties, and next thing you know, everything is double in price, or at least 30-40% more.
Resilience, and the state remains a top destination for relocation thanks to its warm climate, lifestyle, and lack of state income taxes. Now, we do know that we have challenges, right? Like high income premiums and property taxes can persist, but ongoing population growth and long-term demand suggests that Florida's housing market still holds strong fundamentals. And I believe, Stuart, that once interest rates come down, buyers will become active again and the amount of supply will come down. What market?
No, the you guys have it, man. Florida is kicking New York City's ass. Not the whole New York City's ass. New York City is just going off the rails, man. We're losing it. If I have money, I'll leave. But I don't. I don't have that kind of money to go buy a house and get a job somewhere else. Just like that, with the flick of a finger. It'll take me a year or two just to plan this and be ready. But leave your comments down below. Like and subscribe, guys. Let me know if you like how I bring the news over here and the way I do my commentary. Peace out, guys. Have a good night. Be safe out there. Be safe, okay? Take care of yourself.